All right, birth order. Let's talk about birth order. How many firstborns are in the room? Firstborns. Now, yes, that's right. If there's been an abortion, if there's been a miscarriage, it changes your number. If you're the firstborn to one parent, but the secondborn to the other parent, you pick up both patterns. Now, this is a rule of thumb. What's it called, please?
A rule of thumb.
Thank you. That means that we do not adhere to this like glue. We do not hold on to this with like the ferocity of like our life depends on it. It's just a guideline. It's a general guideline, okay? People do cleanup on every part of the family tree, but there's sometimes patterns to who and where they clean up the most or first, okay? So what was the question? Changes your birth order. Count the abortions, count the miscarriages. Yep, because for him, that makes you his second or third or whatever. Changes the birth order. All right, birth order. Firstborns. Firstborns, you tend to do cleanup on the father's side of the family tree. You're attracted to clean up the father's side of the family tree. You pick up that patterning. Yes, people will say, yes, that feels right. That feels accurate. You pick up both patterns. You pick up both patterns. If you're secondborn or thirdborn to a second parent, then you pick up that pattern, which I will show you in a minute. So pay attention. Secondborns, where are you? And if you're secondborn in a second family, that's fine. Secondborns, you tend to clean up mom's side of the family tree. You tend to pick up the patterns on mom's side, or from mom. Right? Try to fix and heal mom's problems, or people on mom's side. Now, like I said, it's a rule of thumb. People clean up both sides, okay? And they also just go where the big traumas are. That happens too. Oh, I pushed the button too quick. I was snap happy, trigger happy. So, thirdborns, where are ya? All right, thirdborns. You might do a couple of things. So this is the pattern. You may clean up the relationship between you and your parents by replicating their relationship pattern in your relationships. Or you might clean up mom or dad or both. Thirds surf around those three choices. Replicate the relationship patterns, or do mom or dad or both. Fourthborns, where are ya? Bing, bing, bing. Just one, two, bing. Fourthborns, you tend to have it kind of rough. Fourthborns often think they're the last born. Lastborns try to do cleanup on everything that's left. Whoever is lastborn tries to do cleanup on everything that's left that hasn't been cleaned up by the previous siblings. Cleanup duty. Just imagine the guy in that photo with the whisk, like that broom behind the elephant with the big poop. Do you remember that picture? It's an old school picture. Doing the cleanup. Fifthborns. Are there any in the room? Sixthborns? Seventhborns? The pattern begins again. So if you're fifthborn, it's father. If you're sixthborn, it's mother. Seventhborn, relationship mom or dad, and so on. The pattern just repeats over and over. Only children, where are you? Just me and you two, huh? Okay. You were only when you started. They did come along later, though. But here's the thing. When you get born, one of the first things you want to do is get some siblings because you're in it alone. As an only child, you're cleaning up everything. So I've had a very heavy family tree, which is, you can imagine why I had such serious health problems. There was no one else helping me do that, clean that stuff. I was trying to take on the Vietnam War. Hello. Come on, right? But you can't blame yourself. It's not your conscious mind doing it, it's your subconscious, right? You're just back there trying to help, try to rebalance the family system, trying to clean it up, make it good. It's out of love, it's all good, but... So, all right. Right, so that just repeats. Abortion and miscarriage makes a difference. You are not, because you have half brothers and sisters. All right, the heaviest family trees, the people that tend to have the most weight to carry, is when you have this blood in you. Anybody that's gone through genocide, slavery, colonization, or the colonizer, right? Like German, those were the perpetrators. Jews, those were the victims. Both sides carry a heavy fate because of that whole war and thing. Chinese blood, African American blood, Native American blood, the genocide, right? Russian, there's a lot of stuff that's been going on over there. English, they colonized all over the place and killed a bunch of people. Spanish, they did the same. Irish, potato famine, and then their own sort of internal war. Cambodian, the Khmer Rouge and the Pol Pot regime, they killed 17 million. In the Holocaust, 4 million? So 17 million people in Cambodia. Polish, right? So, actually, yeah, I just threw some up there so you had a concept of what I'm talking about. Colonizers, perpetrators, victims, genocide, wars, people who have had this in their history tend to have a very heavy family tree. There's a lot they're trying to clean up. All right. Namesake. Is there anybody in the room who is named after somebody? First or middle name? Who you are named after. Think about who that is for a moment, because it's like being plugged into replicating their problems. Pain in the... Because, you just like, it's like plugging into their fate in kind of a way. Middle name too. Damn it. I know. Tell your parents. And think about it yourself when you name your kids. Don't just be careful. Double duty. You're technically both named after your grandmother. Yeah. That does happen, and we need to look at whether or not there is problems with that or not. You never know offhand.
There is. Like, I was named after a
Right. And you need to look at your own life and look at the person you're named after and notice if there's any similarities. Because it, yes. I'm sorry, if you renamed yourself? Oh, but then you named yourself, you chose to name yourself after somebody else in the family tree? I have subconscious disco going on. Do you guys have subconscious disco going on? Am I the only one that's like feeling this? All right, okay. So apparently we're gonna, kind of do this for the rest of the show. So whoever you named yourself after, same thing. You named after somebody, you're named after somebody. Now we have to hold questions until we have time at the end because there is another process I want to get to if we have time. All right, business and money struggles. If you're noticing that you're having any business or money struggles, one of the first places that you want to look is dad's side of the family tree. Because money and success flows through the male lineage. That's where you receive it from. That's where you sort of subconsciously learn it from. If there's trouble up on the dad's side of the family tree, think about who's on the dad's side and if there's struggles and problems with money or business. Because that's one of the first places I'll look to see who you're entangled with when it comes to money or business struggles. If not just dad himself, right? Making more money than your parents, there's a subconscious block around that. Sometimes we have to help break people past that money ceiling because there's like a lack of permission to grow that big. All right? Good. So, turn to your neighbor, take him by the hands and say, it's not you, it's the entanglement. The self-blame that you have done in the past when you tried to make sense of why you were stuck. The self-blame that you created in the past when you tried to make sense of why you were stuck. Again, we've done this earlier, but draw those stories out of you. Pull those stories out. Put it into the ground. Put it into the ground. Because these entanglements, they act as roadblocks to getting what we want, right? They block our permission.